Hi guys and welcome to my channel. In today's video I thought why not do another Halloween video because it's like Monday, Tuesday, so like 2 days from Halloween when I post. So in this video I'm going to be doing an unsolved murder case on Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was born in April 1999 and originated from Vancouver, Canada. At the time of her disappearance she was 21 and visiting LA just for like sightseeing, just like for because she wants to go there, and then she was staying at the Caesar Hotel in LA. So this hotel is like creepy anyway. Before her murder or death happened, because a lot of people commit suicide there, and there are like a lot of murderers who stay there and like serial killers. Therefore it's just made the hotel more creepy, more sketchy. Elisa Lam was reported missing on February 2013 by her parents, as every day Elisa rings them just to have like normal chit chat. So when Elisa didn't ring her parents she got worried. It was unnatural for Elisa not to ring, so they reported her missing to the LA police. On the 6th of February, the LA police put flyers around the neighbourhoods where she went missing, like where the Caesar Hotel was, where she went missing, and urged people with any information to come forward, as there wasn't much information to go off. But a week later, there was still no leads about the flyers, so 10 days later the police decided to release footage of Elisa in the Caesar Hotel's elevator, which the clip is so weird and doesn't make sense at all, because the doors of the elevator doesn't close like for ages, and she's like keep walking out of the elevator and she does these weird hand moves, and then she goes back in to the elevator and looks like she's hiding from someone. It does seem that the footage what got released has been tampered with somehow, or clips have gone missing out of it, and also the video has been stretched, so I don't know why they would stretch it. So a couple of weeks after Elisa went missing, some of the hotel visitors started to complain about water tasting funny and the water being discoloured. So the employees were wanted to find out the problem, so they went to check the water tanks on top of the hotel. And when they lifted off the lid, Elisa Lam's body was in there naked, with her clothes in the water next to her, face down, and she was dead. The autopsy. Anyway, they found no evidence of any drugs in her system, no evidence of trauma or sexual assault, so this means that it might not be a murder, and there was no evidence of Elisa Lam committing suicide. However, this confuses me, as the autopsy actually listed the reason of death as accidentally drowning, which doesn't make sense, because how could she have got the keys to get onto the roof, as they needed a key card to get through, and they also had to turn the alarm off to the roof, so if any visitors tried to get up there then the alarm would go off. So that's sketchy. Now I've talked about some of the information behind Elisa Lam's death, I'm going to get on with some theories about what could have happened to her to lead to her death. And the first theory I came across is that Elisa Lam was tripping on drugs, which would make sense why she was acting so weird in the elevator and trying to hide from someone, because she might have been tripping out thinking someone was there. It would also explain her hand movements, because she was on drugs, so who knows what the drugs can make her do. But like I said, in her autopsy there's no sign of any drugs in her system. However, it is possible that the drugs went out of her system and it was destroyed by decay, which would make sense, but who knows. The second theory I came across is that she was murdered by a hotel employee, which this is the theory I believe in the most, because how would she have got up to the roof without a key card? How would she have turned the alarm off? And on the footage of her in the elevator, it looks like she's hiding from someone. So if the person didn't want to be on camera, then they would have known. If it was an employee, they would have known where the cameras was and where to stand if they didn't want to be on the film. And I also believe that someone messed with the footage, so the only people who have access to the footage are employees, managers, supervisors. so it would make a lot of sense if they didn't want to see them on camera, then they'll just edit it out. So this theory is a bit stupid and I don't believe in it at all, even though the government do have some weird stuff going on, but I just don't believe that this is the case of Elisa's death. So basically, the third theory is that she was assassinated by the government or a secret agent. So basically, Elisa Lam posted online about an invisibility cloak which the government is working on. Before she died, I think she like copied and pasted a tweet to her Twitter with a link saying that the government's creating an invisibility cloak. Therefore, a lot of people believe that the government assassinated her for oversharing or interfering with some of the information. However, I don't believe in this theory. I just think it's far-fetched. People share all the time about government stuff and they don't get assassinated. Well, they don't think so anyway. So the fourth theory I'm going to talk about today is about how she tried to get to another dimension through a game, which I don't believe in this one either. But I'm just going to read some of the rules of the game. So the Korea elevator game requires a building at least 10 stories high, which the Caesar Hotel was. One player to enter an elevator alone and presses a series of buttons in order to open the gate to a parallel dimension, which if you look on the footage, she was messing with the buttons, so it might have been a sequence. This new dimension looks much the same, except it's dark. Electronic devices do not work, and once the elevator doors reopen, you'll see nothing outside the windows but a red cross. If anything seems off, you are not supposed to leave the elevator. There is also a warning about a woman from the other world who may step onto the elevator and ask you where you are going. You are not supposed to speak to her or even look at her, like making eye contact. She might have been speaking to this woman who came from the other world, which you're not meant to speak to her or make eye contact with her, so she might have been killed by her, but I highly doubt it. Which I don't believe in. I don't know, there's many theories, but the one I'm swaying to is that she was killed by the Caesar Hotel employee, or one of them. Because I just think, how would she have got the car to get up onto the hotel? If the employee didn't want to be on camera, then they knew where to stand to not show up on the camera or where to mess with the footage. Also, it has to be a murder because on the water tank, the lid is so heavy to remove and the lid was put back on after she got into the water, so she couldn't have done that herself. So someone needed to be with her. Even if it wasn't an employee, it had to be someone else. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope I didn't creep you out too much. All of these theories might have not been true, but it's just a bit weird how the case hasn't been solved and they don't know what's happened to her. So was it a cover-up by the government, or did an employee kill her, or did she go to another dimension and she spoke to the woman so she killed her? Which is a bit far-fetched, but who knows. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.